Hello my Masonic friends, how are you? My profane mates. Now this is part 2. Remember, the Freemasons are your enemy. They surround you. And it's always about shh, do not let the profane know. I'm going to show you some, I'm going to start off with some Masonic brides, yeah? Where the Freemasons take little boy brides as their wives. And that's the first one, but shh, keep this quiet. Do not tell anyone. Shh. Here we go. I'm well excited. Now. Now this is Masonic boy brides. No, you can look it up on the internet. Look, it's there. Masonic boy bride ceremony. Okay, not a lot of people have watched this. This is a guy with a different take.
Normal citizenry would ask of a secret group that has obviously infiltrated all levels of society. See this Masonic
All
boy
levels
bride
of
ceremony?
society.
You see the white gloves? Destruct
I'll let
that
you search
ceremony.
that up yourself, okay?
They're
Now, what we've got here, this is the actual ceremony. I'll play that so you can watch it.
Have been sexually violated by their Masonic relatives, often in Masonic temples. This is why the Masons believe that they will live forever. They think every time they defile a little child, they steal some of that child's youth. And if you notice, children that are sexually abused do age more rapidly because their innocence has been stolen.
Again, you can look this up yourselves, okay? That's on Twitter. Just put in Masonic boy brides. It's been shushed up on BitChute, yeah? It's already been shushed up here. But there you go. That's what they do. Now this is an interesting Masonic ceremony. Baptism of 6 children by Albert Pike. Okay? Again, look it up on the internet. And you'll be able to see what's going on about this. I haven't marked anything, which I should do really, but I don't really know how to do it, and that's just copy and paste and blah blah blah. Yeah, suffer the little children, come unto me. Yeah, this is actually a chant, the praise, and this is people out of the mouths of babes suckling. Thou has perfect praise. What is that all about? Look, you know what I mean? Out of the mouths of babes and sucklings thou has perfect praise. Do you see what I mean? After several alarms, the parents and children entered with the godfather and godmothers, the latter dressed in white. The children, who were unable to walk, were carried on a cushion covered with blue silk by the master of ceremonies. But come and have a look it up yourself, yeah? Wait a minute. May God give these maintain symbols. Masonic, oh, it is, yeah. A jewel was given, which is the Delta. You got also Omega and Alpha. I'll get into that a bit later. With the Masonic L to each child, who were also invested with an apron. Yeah, so they were given an apron, and the senior and the junior wardens proclaimed the baptism along their columns. After which all clapped 3 times. Yeah, you do that 3 times, because 3 times 3 times makes 6. 9, sorry, or something. That all equates to 666 anyway. Again, my mind's at a fuzzle because I'm doing this and I'm not really used to doing these sort of things. But 3 times 3 is something or whatever, and I have to get into that later, but I can't remember now. Do you know what I mean? Like they do a point as well. They go point once, points 2, point left 3 times, and they point right 3 times. Do you know what I mean? But again, that's another ritual. I don't really want to get into naming stuff. Do you know what I mean? And my mind's all at fazzle when I'm doing this. So it's like, well, anyway, against the left shoulder, cry huzzah 3 times. See? Everything's always 3s, 33s. Do you know what I mean? 3 times 3. I'm trying to get into it again. My mind's really fuzzled. But yeah, look up 33 in masonry. It's it's used for everything. You know what I mean? The 3 boxes of Eglud. I think that's the word. Eglud. Anyway, Right, the labours of the day, and he closes the lodge. Anyway, look this up yourself. I've tried. There's something here that I was trying to get, but I can't find it off the top of my head, and I'm worried about time. We're now at like 2 in the morning, and I'm rushing a bit. You know what I mean? So anyway, would be given to some needy brother whose name would not be publicly known, and if there was any such known, to a brother present, or would be given to the grand almoner, who would send it to a distressed brother without the knowledge of anyone but the master, and the brother would not know where it come from. Do you see what I mean? So they're always helping each other. They know it's never to anything, you know. Trust me, I'm not going to show you why you're all profane anyway, but look that up. I'll keep that myself, I think. You know what I mean? Lovely. I've got this in a book anyway, but do you know what I mean? New York Times, interesting Masonic ceremony, baptism of 6 children by Albert Pike. Yeah, that's in the forum anyway. Stop Masonic child abuse, yeah? Oh, Diane's coming up. Oh, wait now, I bet she didn't want that. So anyway, yeah, here we go, look. Do you know what I mean? See the Mason there, look? Giving his little medicine. You know what I mean? But again, look this guy up. Do you know what I mean? Stop Masonic child abuse. It's on Facebook, yeah? This guy here, this is a Freemason. He was 56 years old, yeah, whose wedding planner lover at 25 killed herself after he broke off the affair. Do you know what I mean? This is the sort of what Masons do. Do you know what I mean? Whether she killed herself or it was murder, I don't know, but I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that. Do you know what I mean? Because this is what they do. And she's more than likely a Mason herself, the wife. Do you know what I mean? But they do have accidents and can make people who die look like accidents. Do you know what I mean? There she is, look. You know, but who knows? Do you know what I mean? I don't trust these Masons. I don't, you know, they just get up. You know, like if people getting run over, right, yeah, and knocked off the bike, there's a reason for it. Do you know what I mean? People go, that's an accident, but sometimes there's a reason for it. And an accident, you know, they put people over, you know, with overdoses and all that sort of stuff as well. But I can't get into that at the moment anyway. But yeah, do you know what I mean? It's not good news anyway. You know what they do. And if you're worried about how many shush, look at the shush books you can buy. Shh, shh, because that's all to shush you up. And I'm going to show you what shush is all about. I keep telling you, shush. It's all about the shush. It's indoctrinated, it's subliminally put into your head. It's there in everything you do. Shh, keep quiet. Shh. See? Shh. Anyway, let's carry on. Right, now we'll go to, oh no, sorry. Like I said, I'm not, where am I going? Oh yeah, there you go. Right, so as I said before, they've got ranks, look. See, these are the ranks of the aprons, yeah, on the land skim. And each one of these, I want you to sort of remember, research it and look at it, yeah? You know what I mean? Look at it, because you're going to see it a lot. What I'm going to show you, and it's going to be, obviously I'm going to like just little bits at a time, just so you recognise these different emblems, yeah, or signs. They're tokens and jewels to the Freemasons. But these are the emblems, like it's a senior warden, do you know what I mean? Blah, 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 and it goes on, do you know what I mean? Senior warden, junior warden, junior deacon, do you see what I mean? Treasurer, secretary, worshipful master, all that sort of stuff, do you know what I mean? And this is what it's about. Remember the crossed, oh no, they're not on this section. Right, let me just shut that down. I want you to remember some of these jewels, yeah? Right, because these are all the higher up. These are the ranks of the army, yeah, and the gang, yeah? Remember the cross keys, yeah? I want you to remember the I, the cross keys, and this little sign here. You're going to see a lot of that when I start showing you different things, okay? So just remember the jewels. Let me just show you these ones again. Cross swords, cross keys, look. You know what I mean? And this little sign here and this little sign here, okay? I'll call them so that's the square, obviously, yeah, and the level, blah, blah, blah. But I don't want to get into that. I want you to just remember that, you know, because I don't want you to, you know, because if you keep naming things as they do, that go above your head. So I want you to try and just remember the signs. Now, this is them, look, yeah? This is their medieval priest affiliated with the sect, Alumbrados, Illuminati, again, but it's just Freemasonry, signifying to his monks and brothers not to disclose or reveal secrets entrusted to their order, yeah, which is just Freemasonry anyway, yeah. Okay, and this is what it's all about, Freemasons, all again, look, this is the secret master degree, places 2 fingers on his lips so that his obligation enjoys secrecy. Okay, the 5th degree in the York Rite, but there's a lot more than just these ones I'm showing you here. There's a lot more. In the 5th degree in the York Rite, everything is secret. Everything is a secret, and everything is a shh. I'll show you that in a minute. Shh. Yeah, shush is the biggest, like I said, subliminal message that has been ingrained to each and every human being from the moment they're born. You're in the arms. Shh, shh, shh. Shush. Be silent. Quiet. You know what I mean? Hush. Children, be seen and not heard, blah blah blah, right till your day of your death, you know what I mean, and in your coffin, shh, be quiet. Well, I've done that in the other post, so I ain't got to go through that again. But again, look, everything, you know what I mean, what companions to keep quiet, silent, yeah, because if they see it, you know what I mean, they you know, if someone's speaking a bit too loud or giving a bit, they'll advise the other person to keep the mouth shut. Do you know what I mean? And these are the signs you've got to look for and watch, because this is what they're doing. They're telling people to shut up, be quiet, shh, and that's why it's subliminally put into you so you don't complain. Do you know what I mean? And I also want you to look at this. Yeah, you see the 2 there? Okay, where he's holding his, I don't know if they're called lapels. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of that as well. Okay, right. There it is again, look, in figure 1. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. It's actually, it's compelling forces or something. It's to do with, you know, compelling forces or something. I can't remember what it's called now. Blah. I've got so much in my head. But it's something to do with compelling forces or opposite compelling forces. Do you know what I mean? So when you pull it apart, you'll see in a minute anyway, if I get there. Do you know what I mean? It's right, here we go. Look, now watch this dude here, right? He's a Freemason, yeah? And this was on with, who was he on with? My mind's gone. I can't remember, but that'll come at me anyway. It doesn't matter, but the importance is the way he comes in and present himself, and watch him does the Masonic, what I've just shown you basically.
Now watch this Masonic sign.
See it?
Sign.
Look at that.
Look at that. Masonic.
And look at the big smile on his face after he give it.
Look at that. Masonic.
He know that's Masonic, look. He's just saying it, look. That's me, Masonic. That's what it was called. Oh, yeah, look, we've got to see what it is. There it is, look. If you just watch it. What was that called, the programme? It was called Swear Words, that's it. With Nicolas Cage. Was it Nicolas Cage? No, not Nicolas Cage. I can't remember his name. Nick something anyway. But yeah, that's what that was. And they were doing Illuminati signs in there. Do you know what I mean? Or, you know, I'll keep going Illuminati as Freemasonry, really. But at the end of the day, yeah, so that's that. And look, here again, I just want to show you. You see it? Oh, I was trying to enlarge it. Again, this is the Masonic altar, okay? Right. And if you look at the front of that, can you see that? Shh. That's their God. That's the first thing, on the first thing they learn as soon as they walk in, is silence and circumcision. I'm nearly going with that again, circumcision, but no, circumcision or whatever it is, okay? My mind will go, because I ain't used to doing this sort of stuff. But yeah, so that's what that's all about, yeah? Shh. Yeah, and the more you shush, the more they shush you, the more it goes into your head, yeah? Shh, shh. All right? Let me have a little closer look. Look, that's their God. Shh. I show it in my last video, okay? And you're going to see that a lot more, how they indoctrinate that into you to keep quiet, don't complain, and shh, yeah, and keep a sheep. You know what I mean? Now, again, because I had it on the last video and I put it up here, the Vice President, obviously I ain't going to go through it again, and all them below the Vice President are just like Master Masons, Grand Master Masons, blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? But that's the Masons, yeah, what he looked after. And obviously you got the Arch of Steel there. Do you see it at the bottom? And remember the little boy brides go under the Arch of Steel? See, they're Knight Templars, yeah? And they've all armed and they're all an army. So anyway, and again, because you didn't see the President, look, there he is right at the bottom of the page. Do you see what I mean? Look, the President of the United States, okay, which is the same equivalent, I'd say, here of our Prime Minister. You've just got to reverse it, obviously, or in any country or any state, that could be like a king, do you know what I mean, or whatever, do you know what I mean? Doesn't matter what country, but these rule the countries, do you see what I mean? And then as you go higher, you've got Grand Commanders, Grand Masters. Now, why would a most eminent Grand Master be higher than a president? Do you see what I mean? These are the bloodlines. These are the pharaohs. It always goes to Egypt and all that sort of malarkey. Do you know what I mean? And I'll prove that as well. Well, we know that. I don't need to prove it. But see what I mean? Why would these Grand Masters come in before the President of the United States? Obviously, the Vice President answer him, and he controls. So when the Vice President and his governors in his states answer to the President, what the hell? Do you know what I mean? He then answers to who? Right eminent Deputy Grand Master, other officers of the Grand Encampment. Now, I say the Grand Encampment because their actual castles are Grand Lodges. Do you know what I mean? And then you got your normal lodges. Remember that. You know what I mean? I keep forgetting it myself, let alone bloody I've got so much stuff going around in my head. But I ain't used to this, do you see what I mean? But there's the President right at the bottom. And there's the Vice President at the top. Do you know what I mean? And that's honours paid by Templars, Knight Templars. But they're all Freemasonry. You can't be nothing. Before you become anything like a skull and bones, blah, 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 you have to be a Freemason. Do you know what I mean? So there we go with that. President of the United States, look, he's, what? How many you got there? One. Look at that, look. Other grand officers of a grand commandery, eminent commanders of subordinate commanderies, and past commanders. You see what I mean? They've got all these titles, yeah, what they bestow on people. Just so people, like get the badge. Do you know what I mean? Like a Blue Peter badge. I suppose no one knows what Blue Peter badge is. Well, the UK people will. But this is what they do, all these honours. And they've got all these different badges, medals, God knows what. And they're all striving for it, you know what I mean? And they get paid for it as well. And I'll show you that a bit later, what the money they get when they rank up. Okay? But they're all paid very well to keep shh from the profane. Oh yeah, this is a proper true Mason. I showed you this last time in my video. I'm going to dwell on him, but that's what a real Mason looked like. You know what I mean? A true Mason. Shh. Keep that quiet though. Now watch this. This is how they do it on TV. This is Doctor Who, right? Watch how fast, right, she shushes you as you're watching Doctor Who. And that ain't just Doctor Who. I'm going to give you a couple of examples here, right? This is Doctor Who, and watch how quick she subliminally shush you.
Watch how quick and how subtle this shush is. Honestly, it's unreal.
Sorry if there's feedback on the sound.
Here it comes. You see that shush? Do it again because I know you like it.
Did you see it?
Watch the shush. It's so fast, mate. To keep your mouth shut, Masons. Did you see it?
See that?
To
Again.
keep your mouth shut, Masons. To keep your mouth shut, Masons. To keep your mouth shut, Masons. Mouth
See
shut,
it?
Masons. Mouth shut, Masons. Mouth shut, Masons. Mouth shut, Masons. Mouth shut, Masons. Did you see it?
See that?
So
That's how fast and so subtle
I'm telling you,
that shush is.
Go on, do
And
it
that
more.
is why they shush you on telly. Do you see what I mean? Because it's subliminally.
What a
Oh yeah,
shush.
and by the way, when you come back to watch this,
Telling you,
pause
that
it
shush,
and watch
mate.
the alien
Go
in
on,
the
do it more.
background. Watch him. Watch the alien in the background. Watch him.
See it?
See
What a
it?
shush. Masonic BBC.
But he
Keep
gives you
your mouth
what,
shut.
But anyway, let's not get into that at the moment, right? Now watch again, right? Now I'll show you how it's done again. Watch, same shush, different program. This one's with I forgot her bloody name, Gillian Anderson, right? Watch this. Watch again, the
When does
shush.
the BS inspector, Gillian Anderson that is, right? When does one of her underlings, this is The Fall, episode 1,
Yeah, The
season
Fall.
1, when does
Episode
an underling
1, season
tell a
1.
DS inspector to shush? Watch the Masonic shush. There's just a couple of seconds before this, there was an owl, a Masonic owl on the wall, but you'll see this guy now shush exactly the same as in my Doctor Who post. Yeah, in the same exact way, a subliminal put shush. Watch, here it comes.
Shh. 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 Shh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shush. Yeah, right.
Yeah, shush, right. But before that scene come on Gillian Anderson, there was a Masonic owl, yeah? You're going to see a Masonic owl again in a minute, yeah? I want you to remember these signs that I'm showing you. I'm trying to keep this as simple as I possibly can, yeah? For the profane that don't know these things. Now, here's another shush, right? This is so fast. I tried to slow it down. I got it twice here. I've got it on a slow, I think, you know what I mean? I'm going to repeat it, but they're so fast. Watch how fast this shush is, right? Subliminally put into your brain, yeah? All you profane, watch.
Fastest subliminal shushes. Watch it.
It's unreal,
Rapid.
watch, because it's
Another
fast.
fast one. Subliminal, straight to you and your kids' minds. Watch.
Kids'
Here it
mind.
comes. Watch. Here
Boom,
it
did you
comes.
see it?
Watch. Here it comes. 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 Boof.
See that?
That's so fast, man.
It's so fast. And what is that? What was actually happening there? That was to do with the drug deal sort of thing, yeah? Again, we aren't going to get into that, but watch. Again, this is the slowest I could get it, and I'll tell you what, that is really rapid, but I see it. See, I notice these things.
So
Watch.
fast, you won't believe it.
Where is it?
Watch it. You ready? Subliminal. Watch. It's fast. Get ready. Subliminal. Watch. It's fast. Get ready. It's fast. Get ready. It's fast. Get ready.
Boom.
Fast. Get ready.
Boom.
Fast. Get ready.
Boom.
Fast. Get ready. See
Boom.
it? Oh, that was rapid.
And they put a flashing light in the background of that. You know what I mean? So it's that quick. See it?
Fast. Get ready.
Boom.
It?
See?
Oh, that was rapid. See what I mean? Every time. Shush. Shush. You profane people.
Shh. You see? Now. Oh yeah, look here. This is interesting. Look, watch this. How he passed as a Masonic token, right? This is your people, yeah. The people that run your countries. Watch him pass him a Masonic token, right? After the shake, that is. Watch. He doesn't know at first. Watch. There's a message on that coin. Again, I ain't going to go into it, but there's a message on that coin. He passed that coin. That's a Masonic token. Look it up on Google. You can Google it. Masonic token. They have different imprints on the coins, and on there, depending on what is on the coin imprint, is a message. Do you know what I mean? But it looked like you give him a gold one there, you know. So, but oh, he's putting it in his pocket. Look, I'm just trying to see. Look, he's looking at it. See what I mean? Look, he knows what it is. See the gold coin? Masonic. You know what I mean? It's a Masonic token, yeah? They pass them to each other. Again, here we go again. Watch that. You see the sign there, what he's given? See that? Masonic apron sign. Watch him do it, though, but watch when he nods his head down to indicate to the other dude. This is the people that represent you. Yeah, watch.
Schau mal, was er für ein Zeichen macht jetzt. Droht ihm. Guck mal, wie er ihn droht.
See that? Yeah, just to give him a message. Look, these are the people that run your countries. Look, watch.
Schau mal, was er für ein Zeichen macht jetzt. Droht ihm. Guck mal, wie er ihn droht.
Boom. There it is. And that's the people that run your country. Do you know what I mean? Here's another one. You think that's just an isolated case? That isn't. Watch. Now I want you to remember these. Remember, I want you to remember these so when you see them yourself, you can gather the evidence and bring it to my forum. www.zazonboni.com, which alludes to the key to the hidden treasure. That's Masonic. It's NAZONZAZONBONI. Okay? Zazon Boni. Here it is again. Get ready, watch it. Different setting though.
We cannot simply declare ourselves.
Watch the guy in the background. He looks at him.
Elections on steroids.
Eye contact. A hand signal.
Look at that. See it? Watch his
A
hand.
hand signal.
Bang.
A hand signal.
Bang.
A hand signal.
Bang.
A hand signal. A hand signal.
There you go.
Drawn away.
You see what I mean? You know, you just can't beat it. These are the people running your country. Do you know what I mean? They're in your parliament. They're in your town halls. Here we go, look. Oh, yeah, here. This is interesting, right? Now, this is I was outside the hospital, and this is how they rate. You see, in Masonry, they raise people, yeah? They raise up people through the levels, right? And then you've got the rainbow girls, yeah? Now, your doctors and your nurses are rainbow girls, you see? Same as everything else. Now, let me hear you see what it says.
There we go, look, a woman with a rainbow, yeah? And look what we've got here. Raise a rainbow for the NHS, you see? Raise a rainbow. It's all about women in Masonic. They raise up into the degrees. That's what all the rainbows are about. Raise up into the degrees. And there's raise a rainbow right in your face.
See, now that's raise a rainbow, yeah, for the nurses and the doctors. Now, while I'm talking about this, you can have a read of that. But yeah, that was raise a rainbow. See, this is what these rainbows are all about. What they're raising into the windows, yeah, and they're on the sheep and that. I'll get into that later. They're like little mass rituals that the Freemasons do. Like, I mean, you've heard of this ritual, bend the knee. Can you remember that one? That was just gone back a few months back. That was bend the knee. We had bend the knee. What else did we have? We had the bumblebee. I'll show you that. I think in Manchester, everyone's got a tattoo of the bee, and that's actually a Masonic bee. Do you know what I mean? So all you profane people who've gone out to get these bees, that's actually symbolic to the Freemasons that are in Manchester. You know what I mean? What else do we have? Rainbows. Oh, there was so many. I can't remember them off the top of my head. Like I said, my head's fried when it's like blah, blah, blah. But yeah. So yeah, bend the law, bend the knee. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's some mass Masonic rituals that we've all taken part in. You know what I mean? That, you know, clapping at the door and all that. It's all Masonic. Trust me. Do you know what I mean? And I'll show it and I'll prove it. Right. The process of learning that I chose of my own free will and accord is also the learning of silence itself. Standing in silence requires the development of self-control capacities, the ability to dismiss the temptation to speak. From this perspective, for Freemasons, the exercise of silence is not only a way to listen and learn, but also an extraordinary training method to uphold two fundamental Masonic duties. A, keep the secrets of the art, shh, because that's what they want. And B, keep from engaging profanes in their hostile and defamatory utterances. What? Shh. What? Let me see that again. What is B? Keep from engaging profanes in their hostile and defamatory utterances. Shh. I.e. the preservation of historic wisdom from the abuses of the profane. What? Now you can read that yourself, yeah? That's what they think of you. The abuses of the profane. Yeah. Hence, for Masons, silence become a vital tool of self-preservation and endurance. Of course it does. Of course your self-preservation. Shh, because that's your whole system is built on shh, silence, innit? From us profane. To say that silence is a foundation of our craft is no exaggeration. Yeah, that ain't no exaggeration. It's the whole everything they built is based on shh. Okay? It is a passport to continue our reconstructive march and a means to contain our vanity so that we remember how much we need to learn no matter how much we think we know. It is of essence to any Freemason profoundly impregnated within the genuine spirit of the craft and aids in the practice of humility at all times before the complexities of the universe and its great architect, the Gautu. I know my knowledge of the art is extremely shallow. Hence, now that I have spoken before you about silence, I stand ready to take along your side a few steps. Do you know what I mean? So imagine that. That's you, the profane. This is them talking about you. You know what I mean? Historic wisdom from the abuses of the profane. Do you know what I mean? And keep it from engaging profanes in their hostile and defamatory utterances. Now that's the Freemasons, yeah? And you think they like you? Shh, don't tell them though, will you? You know their secret. Shh, Like I said, do a search up on this, Norfolk, England, yeah? On this council meeting where they walked out en masse because they weren't happy with they want to keep it secret. They want, if you know who's running your councils, who's running your parliament, you'd all be up in arms, I'm telling you. But they want to keep that shh from you. Wake up, don't be profane. Yeah, here we go again. Look, with that firmly in mind, one can see how Masonry view non-Masons in such a negative way. Why would they see non-Masons in a negative way? I thought they love everyone. No, they love themselves. They love their brothers. If you're profane and you're listening to this now, you are not liked by the Freemasons, yeah? And in this world, it's Masonry versus the profane, and that is it. Yeah, and you can keep pointing at all these puppets they put out in place, yeah, and you can keep doing this and keep doing that, but there's only one enemy. If you're profane, there's only one enemy, and that's Freemasonry, because you are the enemy to them. You are there. You consent to be governed by the Freemasons, yeah, and I can prove that, and all that's in their books. So why Masons view non-Masons in such a negative way? Quite simply, they are outsiders, the pale, and not worthy of being admitted to the sacred space in the Masonic Lodge. But the negative view of non-Masons is not limited to describing them as profane, as Albert Mackay indicates. You can go read Albert Mackay. Wrong way. Albert Mackay in my forum, he's in there. The lodge is then at a time of the reception of an entered apprentice, a symbol of the world, and the initiation is a type of new life upon which the candidate is about to enter. There he stands without our portals on the threshold of the new Masonic life, in darkness, helplessness and ignorance. That's us, the profane, yeah? You know, because that's what the candidate is before he even gets into Masonry, yeah? He's in darkness, he's helplessness, and he's ignorant, yeah? That's what they think we are. We're ignorant, we're profane, having been wandering amid the errors and the covered, yeah? Errors and covered. That's what we are, do you know what I mean? Go read it, read their books, study it. Masons prefer to pass this off as categorising it as a personal antidote and not general state applying to all Freemasonry. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? We're profane, we're nothing to them. The answer is in how Freemasons see itself, and as a direct result, how it views the non-Mason. In the first place, the Masonic Lodge is considered a holy place in Freemasonry. It is patterned after King Solomon, which it is. You know, King Solomon's mind, going back to the pharaohs, blah, 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 temple, which was built in the dwelling place for God on earth. Indeed, the Master Mason Lodge is seen as representing the Holy of Holies, the very place where God was to be found in the temple. Masons claim that the lodge is erected, but I don't know, it's got a bit funny, and all events in the lodge is done in the very presence of God, and that in the purpose of it is to establish a partnership between the man and God. Now, if you remember, these people are not religion. They don't do government. They don't do religion in the temple or lodge. So why are they talking about God all the time? Do you see what I mean? And it's not a religion. Come on, do you know what I mean? Man and God. Masonic author Albert Mackay consciously states the case for the Masonic use of profane. Right, remember, you're profane, you're not Mason, you're profane, yeah? But nothing is more undoubtedly in the science of Masonic symbolism than the temple was the representative of the world purified by the Shekinah, or the divine presence. The world of the profane is without the temple, yeah, which is us. We're without the temple, yeah? We're not inside the temple, the Masons are. And because we're outside the temple, we're profane, yeah? The hated profane. The world is initiated is within the sacred walls, yeah? So their world, yeah, which doesn't run on time or anything else, okay? Their world is the initiated, you know? So you're now initiated into the cult and you're gone through. Anyway, hence to enter the temple, to pass within the porch, to be made a Mason, and to I don't think I took any more. I just kept that, just wanted to show you that. Do you know what I mean? Again, is another. This is called Tyler Zorro. Yeah, these are Freemasons' own words. Nothing to do with me. I ain't said. You know, this is not my words made up or anything. This is fact coming off the. You know, just a little bit of studying. You know what I mean? I think we all too often think the profane as something to be put aside from Freemasonry, and that's them talking about us. Do you know what I mean? You know, we're the hated profane, I tell you. I feel that Freemasonry is actually the interface between the sacred ideas and the profane world. Do you know what I mean? See, Freemasons live in their own world. That's why they got their own passports. Do you know what I mean? And life to them, we're separate from them. We're like, I don't know, like the Eloy to the, what was that, War of the Worlds film? Eloy, my mind's gone again. I normally roll all this off if I'm talking to someone. But yeah, the Eloys and the Aloys or whatever, you know, some live above ground, some live below it, don't they? Yeah, as above, so below, if you get what I mean. But again, you see, we're outside the temple, we're profane, we're the hated profane, you know, we're not initiated, you know what I mean? So we're nothing to them. Anyway, actually, it's the interface between sacred ideas and the profane world. We're not a monastic order. We exist to create that interface. How you interpret the lessons in the degrees and how you feel that instructs your connection between the sacred and the profane is your concern. The picture just brought all back to mind for me. Do you know what I mean? They got more front than bloody God knows what. You know what I mean? Actually, they own all the seafront. Anyway, shh. Don't let anyone know that. Anyway, great point and great picture to just illustrate as well. I wish I'd have got the picture. You know what I mean? We're not a Masonic order. We exist to create that interface. What interface? What with the profane? What is that all about? I'm trying to follow you going on, Peter. I'm understanding what you mean here. See, even he didn't know what he's on about. But there you go. You know what I mean? It's there. It's there in black and white. Here, look. Oh, I can't remember what country this was now. But look, Masonic G. Do you know what I mean? What country is this? I forget now. Oh, my mind's gone again. But that's a country anyway. Look, Masonic G. Do you know what I mean? And these are the people running your country. Do you know what I mean? See what I mean? They're not, you know, these are the people running your country. And you look at them, you go, oh, there's the mayor, there's the... No, it's the worshipful master. You know, I mean, like Boris Johnson is more than likely a worshipful master, chief God knows what. Do you know what I mean? And here we go. Look, that's I forget what this is now. Oh, it's the Washington Memorial or whatever. Look at the big G there. Look, now Washington was a president. Yeah. So people that are in power never relinquish power. Remember that. They don't give it up. No one gives power up ever. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter what it is. If Freemasons have had the power for thousands of years, what makes you think they ain't got the power today? Do you know what I mean? Then people have still got the power today. Do you know what I mean? You know, the people who like went to America and done all the fighting and all the killing, they're still in power. You know what I mean? From years and years and years ago, the Romans. You know what I mean? They just split up the wealth and learned as they went along how to control a population. Now, no, it's not the one I was looking for. That's been done to me many a time. Well, a couple of times. Do you know what I mean? I think the Masons give this sign, yeah. And I didn't go to tell you the sign. I want you to just recognise what's going on because you'll see it. That he was afraid. You know, he was scared of me for some reason. I don't know why. And he was with his wife walking along. I wasn't done nothing anyway. But he gave me this sign. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, weird. But there you go. Again, I want you to look at this one, the pain in the neck degree. But yes, select the master, yeah. But I call it the Daggaz, yeah. And I'll show you the Daggaz. But I want you to recognise this as well. We'll get into that a bit later. Again, I've gone through this with the Britain's Got Talent for stealing babies, blah, blah, blah. But they're not mentioning Freemasons, yeah. That's in the other post. I've gone through this. I don't want to stick on it and dwell on it. Same again on this. They don't mention Freemasonry. You know what I mean? They should do. It's called Harponism. I've already done that, but this is another picture. See him going, shh. It's Harponism, yeah. Move along. There's their god, shush god. Shh, you see? You know what I mean? That is their shush god here. This dude here, the shush god. Shh. You know what I mean? If you want to look up who he is, then look him up. You're all welcome to, you know what I mean? But look, this goes back to the Egyptians, goes back thousands and thousands of years, yeah? That's how old shush is, yeah? So it's not a new thing that's just come all of a sudden. It's gods. Everything's to do with gods, yeah? And Freemasonry, yeah, and I'll show you that as we go along, and hopefully you start to learn the, you know, the signs and the, you know, what's coming out of the telly towards you. You might start waking up and think to yourself, well, why am I watching this crap? You know what I mean? But anyway, it's all about shh is the most important thing, because as soon as you enter that Masonic log, shh, you're protecting everyone who's within that lodge. Do you know what I mean? You know, you got old Churchill there, and Jacques Delors from France, head of the European Community, arriving for a conference at 10 Downing Street. And he's going, shh. Do you know what I mean? Shh. Who do you think's running Downing Street? The Freemasons. You know what I mean? Anyway, I want you to recognise this sign as well. Yeah, because this is what this is about. This is about kids, yeah? Want to know what this really means? It means the person is willing to turn a blind eye to paedophilia and child sacrifices in a divorce in order to advance their career. And you're going to see a lot of this, right? Shh, because they want people to reckon, you know, this is all getting into your head, so it becomes part of your psyche, is it? Psyche, yeah. And I'll show you that, how the interdoctor things really slow into your head, yeah. The best way to raise a healthy child is to keep him away from doctors. And that's the truth. Listen, I've never had a vaccine. All I had at school, when I was at school, was a lump of sugar, yeah, and that was for months, I think, and that was it. That's all I've ever had. You know what I mean? All the other people, they had like this tetanus thing at the top of their arm. I've had a tetanus jab, I think, when I had to go, like I went to Asia. I got followed there, do you know what I mean, by Freemasons. Unreal. Tape recorded it. Anyway, well, I lost my spiel here now. Yeah, so that's all I've really had. Yeah, I've never had tetanus or anything else. I've had jabs for what was that called? I can't remember. Mine's gone. I've only had one jab. I think it was for hepatitis or something like that. Hep C jabs or something. You know what I mean? Which was a booster, you know, what you take when you go abroad. But that's it. I've never had anything else, and I've never had a day. You know, I've never been in hospital or sick in my life. I'm just sort of lucky, I suppose. Do you know what I mean? Well, until my time runs out and the Masons and the old Masons or the dealers get me, but that's another story. Anyway, most doctors ignore the fact that the human body is a wondrous machine with an astonishing capacity to repair itself, and it can. You know what I mean? I had loads of. I got an injury the other week. Yeah, my arm. That was 2 years. It took about 2 years to heal, but it's healed. You know what I mean? It was really sore. Anyway, he will interfere with the body's natural defences by giving your child treatment that he doesn't need and shouldn't get, with side effects that his body is not designed to handle. See what I mean? The reason is they want to keep you unhealthy, and the reason they want to keep you unhealthy because it's money, and also it stops you rebelling, doesn't it? Because you're too sick to do anything else. Now here we go. Look, the Royal Masonic Institute for Girls. Okay, right. His Majesty the King, Grand Patron, Her Majesty Queen Mary. Okay, His Royal Highness the Duke of Connaught and whatever that is, Right Honourable Earl blah blah blah, and then General Sir Francis J. Day. These are the people, yeah, what have been passed down. Do you see what I mean? And it don't matter. It's still, regardless today, yeah, people go, no, it's still lords, dukes, earls. Do you know what I mean? All them emblems what the knights used to have, you know, the Order of the Knights and all the rest of that. That still goes on today. Do you know what I mean? You know, and this is all the elite, what all the Freemasons are like looking after. Do you know what I mean? The higher up you go, obviously, do you know what I mean? You get this, that and the other, and you're more, obviously, the more skullduggery you do against the profane, the more, medals and money and, you know, wealth is bestowed on you. Do you know what I mean? Where they'll just give someone a, you know, like a house. Do you know what I mean? Again, I was going into a bit too far there. But yeah, remember when Freemasons die, yeah, they will everything to each other in the lodge. Do you see what I mean? When they got a business, whether, let's just say for example, a taxi business, yeah, when a person dies, that's will to the lodge, or the lodge already owns it in the first place, and all they do is just switch, you know, one Mason for another Mason. Do you see what I mean? And they have their profane little people work for them. Do you see what I mean? But they just switch people in and out of the business, you know what I mean? Or they just change the name, or, you know, throw it like, I don't know, like say burn it down so they can get a new property, but they get the insurance on it, you know, things like that, little skullduggery things, you know. I don't want to go into that, you know, but yeah, so there we go. That's you know, that's who runs this country, you know, dukes, lords, earls. Do you know what I mean? These are all like your, you know, your higher uppers, you know, you could say like the Illuminati type people. Do you know what I mean? Blah blah blah. But this is what all the Masons look after. All these people here, they're the first line of defence. Freemasons for all these people here, you see. But it's all about knights and, you know, it's still going on today. It hasn't ended. It still goes on, yeah. But anyway, Royal Masonic, you know, School for Girls, blah, blah, blah. So I just wanted to show you. I'm going to sneeze. Right, here we go. Look. Bernard Brown. No, I'm going to go. Sorry about that, kind ladies and kind men. Anyway, what we got here? Sir Alfred, you see what I mean? Bro James Stevens, do you know what I mean? These are all the top dudes, do you know what I mean? The Right Honourable Lord Harris. See, Lords, that's what's still, you know, when there's all the fighting like with William Wallace and all that, you know, and the Kings, and that's still going on today, do you know what I mean? They're not peasant wars, they're lodge wars, do you know what I mean? Yeah. That's what they are, or they were anyway. I don't know if it's, you know, it's not so bad now. The statue of this is the Bartholomew Rasputi, whatever he was, but he's the founder of the school, Rasputi. But look at look at the emblem of it. Yeah, you see that? Look. I mean, what a star, hey? The school badge, right, from the carving of the entrance gate. It's on the entrance gate, yeah? The Latin words are the Vulgate version of the text, that our daughters may be as the polished corners of the temple. Do you see what I mean? So it's a Masonic, you know, and that's what it is. But do you notice the, I don't know, is that Masonic? Now, look, what, are you seeing that, look? What are you seeing? M... O-A-D. See? Right. Anyway. Oh, yeah. I love it. I do. Look at that. I can't believe it. That is beautiful. Notice the two columns on either side. Beautiful. Anyway, let's move along. Okay, just remember that. Look, where it's pointing. M-O-A. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, I do like myself laughing. Right, yeah, the committee, House Committee, look, Finance Committee. Do you see what I mean? And this is what they do. Look, this is like part of the ranks, yeah. And like, see, there's so many. I mean, it's just for the school. Look, the House Committee. How many people? Do you see what I mean? Look, bro Duncan. You know what I mean? What is all that about? And look at the PGA, the PDE, PDDF. See, they give themselves look. And as the higher up you go, the more what they call that? The more I don't know what they call. Look, DL, PGD, Providence. You know what I mean? Do you see what I'm saying? Look, PGD, PGAS. Do you know what I mean? But they go different. Look, see, the higher you go, GDC. DPGM. Do you see what I mean? VDDI, Providence. You know what I mean? See? So the higher you go. But look at that, look. Do you see what I'm saying? The amount of people they've got, yeah, running these different things. And they ain't just here. That's like for everything. Do you know what I mean? Oh, so how do I get this back to normal? There we go. My mind's right frazzled. I love it. So anyway, now this, right, again, right, now I'm going to show you, right, where this go years back, right. This is, I can't remember, see, that's been covered by someone, someone spoke to me and then it, boom, and blocked it as I took the picture. But this is the Right Honourable John C. Spencer, yeah, right. And this is on about masonry in 1830. All right. Now, watch this. Right. This will tell you now. Right. What's going on? What was going on back there in 1830 July? Yeah, is happening today. The same thing. Yeah. It's just that they just wipe it and shh, because you don't know nothing about this. And if you're listening to this now, shh, everyone's gonna forget this in a 50 years, 20 years, whatever. They could kill me tomorrow and my video's deleted within 18 months, I believe. Obviously, some things will come out and people will keep this rolling, you know what I mean? But the thing is, shh, do you know what I mean? It's all about keeping people quiet, do you know what I mean? Because they won't print this. Freemasons won't tell you about this, do you know what I mean? Look, special agent for the state of New York against abductors of William Morgan, right? And Morgan to and by the request of Boiling Hall, Samuel S. Graham, and blah 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 blah. Right, I'm trying to get through this. Right, this is about William Morgan, but then just this is like where they were like getting like sick of the bloody Masons and what they were up to, right? Yeah, the latter of these documents proceeds from an individual supposed rather than screened from public view the faults of a right. So I'll go from right here we go. Yeah. This is about our circuit judges in answer to the resolution of the Senate in the state, yeah? These documents are sent by this mail and to increase the chance of your receiving them, right? See what I mean? Increase your chance of receiving them, because they knew even then, right? Things would be deleted and shushed up. You know what I mean? This is what they do, yeah? Anyway, so the documents are sent by this mail, and to increase the chances of you receiving them, duplicates will be sent to you in about a week. So you know what I mean? They had to do that because they was, they would shush up the letters. You know what I mean? It was that easy, but it's hard now with the internet. Anyway, the letter of these documents proceeded from an individual disposed rather to screen from public view the faults of the Masonic institution. It is the most favourable view that can possibly be presented of the Masonic obligations as developed in the trial of E. Mather. Okay, I have been compelled from a sense of duty to the public and a sense of self-respect to myself to resign the situation of special counsel to which you allude. Okay, listen to this. And having furnished me an opportunity of becoming acquainted with the bearings of Freemasonry on society, right? During more than a year of most painful investigation, I did indeed become acquainted with the effects which that institution had upon its votaries in this quarter. It has changed the character of some of their best citizens, men who formerly would have been among the first in bringing to justice offenders against the laws, have virtually become apologists of murderers and kidnappers. So far from aiding in their detection, our best citizens, magistrates and sheriffs have interposed every obstacle in their power. Witnesses have been concealed and spirited away by them. The guilty have been assisted in escaping, or if brought to trial have been succoured and sustained by money. Do you know what I mean? Right? By professional aid the best of the country could afford, and by the presence and sanctions of their brethren. Masons called as witnesses have refused to testify. Witnesses, you know what I mean? This is all to do with Masons, what they do. You know what I mean? It's what happens today. Yeah. It's unreal. Look, presence and sanctions of their brethren. Masons called as witnesses have refused to testify against their brothers. Of course they wouldn't. They wouldn't do anything against their brothers. In cases where they could not implicate themselves, and have submitted to fine and imprisonment in order to screen their brethren. See what I mean? So they'll take a fine, they'll go to prison for their brethren. Can you imagine that? But they do that because they know even if they go to prison, the prison guards, right, will treat them like kings anyway. And I've seen that in jail, tell you. Anyway, that's another story. Others, more hardy, have directly perjured themselves on the stand. Do you know what I mean? That's what they do. They will lie for a brother, and that's in their oaths. And if you know their oaths, you know I'm telling the truth, right? And if you go to my forum, their oaths are in there. Everything's about shh and protecting brothers, and that's what it's all about. Anyway, when sitting as jurors, they have utterly disregarded their duty and their oaths, and by obstinate perseverance have produced the acquittal of their brethren, or compelled the courts to discharge them. Can you believe that? Do you see what I mean? And this goes on today, but no one says it. No one points at them. Yeah. The very fountain of justice is polluted. The conservative principle on which all depends the obligations of a judicial oath is corrupted. You know what I mean? That's back then. The power of the fraternity is equal to its need. It's reached our present executive, who had once, as the judge applauded, the spirit that was excited by the abducted of William Morgan, and converted him into an indifferent spectator of the means used to bring the offenders to justice. He disclosed my official confidential communication, in consequence of which my efforts were baffled, and I was subjected to every species of obloquy. I don't know what that word means, sorry. OBLO, I think that's QUY. Anyway, nor has the institutions upon our legislative bodies been less effective in renewing the act which authorised my appointments. See, someone spoke to me, I'm sorry about that. In which the tier of public sentiment forced from our last legislature, a gross insult was offered me. Under such circumstances, I resigned my station. Now, because this guy's resigned, yeah, he was replaced with a Freemason, guaranteed. So this don't happen anymore. Do you see what I mean? This is what they do. They shut and block the holes. Anything like this, they shut and block it and shh guarantee, this will never happen again, so they can shut your mouth up. So he resigned. That's what they do. They force people into resign. Well, it's there. I've already proved it in my last one where they get people to resign, yeah? And, you know, ostracise people, yeah? Anyway, got inside, so he resigned, yeah, my station, and gave my reasons to the public. The same House of Assembly shuffled off an inquiry into a charge deliberately and openly brought before it against the Royal Arch chapter of this state for having furnished money to aid and sustain the kidnappers of Morgan. Can you imagine that? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. The chapter was incorporated with the right annex to the legislature to repel the chapter, yet the House of Assembly dare not inquire even into the alleged facts which would justify such a repeal. Yeah, of course they won't look into their own self. Do you know what I mean? They're too scared because they know what will happen, because Masons can damage and kill anyone. Do you know what I mean? That's what they do. They're dangerous. You know what I mean? Anyway, in one word, I consider Freemasonry in direct hostility to the government in all cases where it cannot control it, as producing an utter disregard of all civil duties where they come in collision with its interest, as demoralising in its very nature, making bad men and citizens of all who adhere to its obligations, creating injurious distinctions in society, giving privileges and advantages to oneself. To one set of men over others equally meritorious. So there you go. Do you know what I mean? That's this dude here, yeah? He's a judge. I can't remember. I think you can go to my forum and get this. This is I can't remember his bloody name. This is an actual president, I think. He's in my forum, but I can't remember. The president wrote this, I'm sure. I can't remember. It's something, yeah? But he's quite a well-to-do dude, yeah? Anyway, obviously he's retired and been replaced by a Mason, but this goes back years, look, yeah? And they're doing the same tricks as they do today, and they surround themselves with an army of shh, you know what I mean? And that ring of knights, shh, protect them, you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about, shutting people up, keeping shh, yeah? Anyway, one set of men over others equally meritorious, yeah? Men equally meritorious, yeah? That means profane men and Freemasons are the same, or should be, but Masons look on profane people on a downward slope. They don't like them, you know what I mean? You're hated, believe me, because you're outside the temple, exercising a most potent influence upon our elections. Now, surely they don't influence our elections, do they? Now, I told you in the last post, I was at the town hall when they done everyone's counting, dun, dun, dun. In the end, 3 or 4 Masons take it into another room. And then you got to trust what they say. What was the vote? Yeah, right. Do you know what I mean? They tell you what, they put anyone in, you know, Boris, he's there because the Freemasons have put him there. No other reason. And the only reason he's got a voice, and that includes anyone who's got a voice on the telly, is they're there because the fucking Freemasons have put him there. No other reason. Anyway, influence upon our elections by secret, and I fear corrupt means. And although, see, he's telling you straight there, look, do you know what I mean? This has gone back years, decades. Men of others equal minority, exercising the most potent influence upon our elections by secret and I fear corrupt means. And although more dangerous to our country and its government than any standing army, however numerous it possibly could be. See what I mean? And this is what I'm saying. When you go, there's a conservative, there's a Tory. There's no conservative. It's Freemasonry, because Freemasonry are on both sides, and they go, in us, that in us. We don't do that. We don't get involved in elections, and we're not a government and all. It's Freemasonry. Also, the whole government is Freemasonry. Yeah, and when you learn that, well, that's it, isn't it? Shh, keep that quiet. It is worse than a standing virtuous. It is worse than a standing army because its movements are secret. Shh. And because a more implicit obedience is yielded to its executive, I think I said that right. It puts law and governments at defiance and triumphs in the impunity of its members for offences committed under its sanctions. The late trials here have convinced every man who is impartial that government is powerless when opposing this hydra, because it has many heads. Shh, but don't tell you, I didn't tell you that. Shh. Okay. that you may understand this remark, I will forward you a newspaper containing an account of the last trial, and will send the paper giving the continuation. Such is my testimony respecting Freemasonry, but it should be borne in mind that I have seen it in its worst aspect. It has been pressed to the wall by an adversary. But there you go. That's it. Oh, yeah, to adversary to determine to vanquish it. I didn't realise I had this on there. Sorry. It has accordingly fallen back into recourse. And those principles and obligations which have for some time been dormant have now been called into action with tremendous energy. Still, it may be said that this show, the abuse of which is suspectable from its very organisation, or as our zealous anti-Masons would say, it shows the very nature of the beast when aroused from its slumber. And that's what it's all about. You start like me, I'm now poking it, you know what I mean? And I'm getting into their little brains, and they're thinking, and they're having their little lodge meetings about me. Do you know what I mean? Believe me, they're having lodge meetings about me, what to do with me. And they're going, shh, shall we shut him up? Shh, someone's got to fill him in. You know what I mean? That's been in the gym. Geezer will walk past in the gym and go, ain't no one weighed him in yet. You know what I mean? Well, why didn't he? I mean, he ain't weighing me in, is he? He should do, though, shouldn't he? What is he relying on? Someone else to do it? But that's what they do when they want someone to kill you. They put a rumour out and they kill you by rumour. You know what I mean? But I'll get into that a bit later. But anyway, you know, that's what he get, like Brian Harvey, you know. He obviously, he's in my eye, I like him. But, you know, that's why they bring all these rumours about, you know, to defame you or get you killed. Right, many excellent works have been published in the States on the subject of masonry, which I would send to you if I did not suppose their expense of postage would be enormous. If, how you wish them, I will comply with your request. In the meantime, I will occasionally send such newspapers as appears to me to contain matters which will be acceptable to you. I have already extended this letter beyond the limits I have designed, but I fear condensing this still prevented me from going into all the facts and reasons which would belong to the proper answer to your inquiry. Respectfully, your observant John C. Spencer. And then there's a reply to that, you know what I mean, bum bum bum. But I don't want to get too much into that. Oh, I think I stopped there. What happened there? Let me have a look. What did I get to? Oh, that is it. Yeah, that is it. So that's the profane. Now remember, you are the hated profane, yeah? You've seen my shh, yeah? That's indoctrinated you to shut up. Do not shut up. Speak out. When the policeman turns to your door, ask him if he's a priest, if he's there as a Freemason. Social services, are you here as a Freemason? Do you know what I mean? Everything. Question who's a Freemason and who's not. You know what I mean? So that's the profane. Now I'll show you the Masonic army, yeah? This is their jewels again, look, yeah? Remember, I want you to remember this, look. You see, I think that's backwards. That's senior deacon, yeah, yeah, that's backwards. But remember this one, okay? Remember that one. Remember the cross keys. I'm taking you through these slowly, but you'll see these all the way through. And I'm going to bring you, and I'm going to show them where they put this all on telly for you, yeah? You know what I mean? Because your telly is just a Masonic TV. Do you know what I mean? And that is, I'll show you. You know what I mean? Anyway, look at that army. Can you raise an army like that? And I'll tell you what, they all carry a sword. And I'll tell you what, a lot of them have got a gun. And I'll bet you they've got arms and all. Do you know what I mean? And in there, they've got a reflection room where they go down into tunnels and that, yeah? And I mean, if you go to YouTube and have a look at exploring an old Masonic temple or Illuminati temple, you know, because you get these people who go around, you know, abandoned Illuminati temple, abandoned Freemason lodge. They'll show you the rooms and the cellars, what they got, you know what I mean? But in there, you'll find them guns, knives, and God knows what. They don't find it. Obviously, that's all emptied and gone, yeah? But this is where the first army that's going to raise up is here. Now, you ask yourself, could you defend yourself against this army? Hey? Think about it. Let's just say that top tier there just went, you know, all had a machine gun or a gun. Do you know what I mean? No, what you've got there is a load of SS stormtroopers. Do you see what I mean? And all you profane that are outside the lodge are going to be their prisoners. When it comes down to it, the nitty gritty and the, you know, because people are going this, that, and they're looking for remedy of law and whatever. But as soon as you start really close to taking the power, these people here are going to rise up, and they're going to be the ones with the guns in their hands, lining up the profane, and they keep shooting until everyone's, you know, obviously coming under their will. Yeah, look, there's your army. Look at that. And you think they ain't going to put that? You don't think these people, when you start taking their power away from each town and in each village, they ain't going to start raising and killing people? They kill you before you even get anywhere. Anyway, they stop you. They know it. Yeah, they've got the power, they got the money, they got the guns, they've got everything. This is the people in power. Look, unreal. Look at that. See. And like I said, they ain't just blue sashes, they ain't just white. Yeah, remember Jimmy Savile's funeral where they say white sashes? Look, there's red sashes. It depends on your level. Look, see the white sashes there, look? See him, look? See him, look? Oh no, see there weren't no... Remember? Shh, keep it quiet. There was no white sashes at Jimmy Savile's funeral. Shh, they weren't Freemasons. Shh, because they always tell the truth. The first thing you'll learn about Masonry is the first thing, they don't care if you're profane, they will lie to you. Shh, but keep that secret. But there's the white sashes, remember? Shh, Jimmy Savile's funeral. Shh, keep that quiet. But they have different colours. Like I said, the sashes are all everything's symbolic, everything has a meaning, including the tiled floor and everything else you see. And I'll show you, but I'm going to take you through slow, yeah? Do you know what I mean? I'm going to take you slow. We need to pull the screw out of their compass. Do you know what I mean? So they lose their way. Because if you don't, they're going to keep taking a liberty with you, profane. Trust me. Shh. I didn't tell you that, though. Look at that. See that? Look at that army. Where have you seen that picture before? I mean, that looked a bit like House of Commons, doesn't it? Or is that Westminster? Shh. Anyway, that's who's running your country. Right. Oh my God. Remember, it's not just the men, it's the women. Okay? Just remember that. Okay? And like I said, they come from all races. Yeah? All races. You know what I mean? Again, I'll get into some of this as well. Do you know what I mean? I think it's nice he's there, though, the white dude amongst the black fellas, and then you get the black fellas amongst the whites, which is nice. And that's the way it should be. Do you know what I mean? With everyone. But in Masonry, they're all the same. They're all the same brothers. But with the black, you know, I don't know what they call, you know, I don't know. I'm not racist anyway, but I never know what the right name to use, if you get what I mean. You know what I mean? I'll just see them as people, if you get what I mean, because everyone's the same. But it don't matter if you're like, you know, Chinese, Japanese, whatever, any country, you're all equal, yeah. And I've got that again. That's like a guy who was high up in the Navy. You know, I think it was like the, well, I can't remember, my mind's gone again. You know, like a high-ranking sea captain, admiral, or whatever the hell it was. You know. And even though the dude who come on the ship, who was like a lowly bloody deck scrubber, was an equal to the dude who was a Freemason, if you know what I mean. So they're all equal, even though they have each and every rank has a different, and they all follow the order of the ones that are above them. They're all equal, you know what I mean, because they're all brothers. You know what I mean? There you go. Look, there's your army. I ain't gonna look at that. Now imagine that. See the collars again. Look, the different collars represent different. You know, again, I'm not going to go into it, but again, there's your army. You know, and like I said, it's the women too. You know, young, old. Look at that army. Look at that. And that's where all the money is. These are all rich. These are millionaires. There's your top dude. Look. You know what I mean? With this top dude here, I mean, he looked a bit of a dickhead, doesn't he? Look. But anyway, shh, I'll keep quiet about that. But yeah, this is what it's about, you know. Look, that's your army, look. Here they come. And everyone's got these swords, you know, and these pikes. I'll call them pikes, do you know what I mean? They're their little, what they do with these little sticks here, they got a little stabbing machine on there. Apparently they do something like ritualistic with it. You know, when they're doing molestation, so I hear, but I don't know if that's true or not. You know, I've never been in one of them rituals. I don't think I would want to be. I know there's people scared of these people. Do you know what I mean? And some of them step away from it because they're scared, and I know why, because obviously I'll speak to them. But Yeah, some people are very, very scared of these people. Do you know what I mean? Why would you be scared of Masons? Do you know what I mean? And I'm talking about Masons that were made, raised up. Do you know what I mean? But they stepped out because it got too heavy for them. But I know why. Anyway, moving on. More army. Oh, look at that. Shh. Keep them white collars secret. They weren't at Jimmy Savile's funeral. Shh. Remember that. If not, all these are Knights of Columbus. Oh, shh. Anyway, let's keep quiet about the white sashes. You're not allowed to mention them because they were at Jimmy Savile's funeral. They don't like that. Oh, no. Anyway, look, there's the swords, yeah? They're all armed. All these people are armed. You know what I mean? They're the first knights, yeah? That are going to come steaming through getting you. And when it gets close to power seizure, these are going to be the people, the army. These are going to be cooking the meals. See, that's the army that's going to come against you lot, you know what I mean? Female as well. What I thought I'd shown you all this. Why are we going back into this again? What happened? Let me come out of that. Oh, I was showing you the army, yeah. Well, yeah, it's just gone through that again. That's just the army, you know what I mean? And I can't, you can only get so far with the army. Now here, look, this is what we're looking for, yeah? One world ID. They want to chip you. Do you know what I mean? But they're not chipping just you. They want to chip your kids. You know what I mean? Masonic chipping. Ontario, there you go, look. They want to chip your kids, yeah? And they're selling this and they're giving child IDs. And they're actually blackmailing people to do this. Tell your kids not to accept candy or chips from Freemasons. Oh, yeah. Because people know. Research it. I'll do a video on it if you want, Free child identification. Why would they want to identify a child? Do you know what I mean? See? And these are the people that are giving you the same injection but on a mass scale. Do you know what I mean? I reckon they rolled this out, couldn't do it quick enough, so they thought, but child defense, this is the Freemasons trying to identify your children to kidnap. The bloodlines, That's what they're looking for. Kansas chip. See what I mean? Child identification, look. You know what I mean? But we'll get into this. I'll do it. I have done posts on it. You'll have to go in my forum to see these, But this is all on my, on my forums. Do you know what I mean? Child identification. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, right. Anyway, let's moving on. But this is what it's all about. This is what this, Now look, watch this, right? Remember these signs. See, here it is again. Look, see, this is the like the deacon or blah blah or whatever. I can't remember now. I'll get blah, blah, blah. My head's gone. But there's the old CNI again. But I want you to remember this square, yeah, the square. All right. You know what I mean? These are little simple signs. I want you to remember. Okay. Yeah, there they are. Look, see, worshipful master. There it is there, look, the square again, okay? And then they got the little boxes in, they all demote different promotions, you know what I mean? I don't want to get into it, I can't even remember anyway, even if I did, my head's fried. So here we go, look, there it is again, look, here's the key to masonry, yeah? Okay, I'll just show you what's going on here, yeah? Or the badge of Freemasonry, yeah? The circle with the dot in, like any circle with a dot in, do you know what I mean? As a symbol, that equals the compass, okay? The circle, all right? The square and compass. That's the square. The square obviously represents the square, and then the square and compass together is there's a lot of squares in my circles. Do you know what I mean? Boom, boom, and there's all sorts of recognition signs like that. But I want you to remember this sign here, yeah? This square, okay? Remember, the square represents the tile floor and the three boxes of Elud or Aklud or whatever. I can't remember. Do you know what I mean? I forget a lot of the stuff. I try not to memorize it, if you know what I mean, because I don't want the memorization of it. But yeah, but I'm trying to keep it as simple as I can. Yeah. Right. Here we go. So there it is again. That's a square. I want you to remember that. Okay. Oh yeah. I will strive to live with love and care upon the level by the square. But that's only for their Mason mates, not for the profane. There it is, fortnight. See it? There it is, square. Okay, now I know what you think. No, just a little square on there could be anything. But no, Masonry is all symbolic, yeah? Now, you recognise this, depending on how they lay the square and the compass together. See, one up, one down. That's another type of ranking, yeah? Obviously, you've got the G, the Gao 2, or the God, or whatever. You know what I mean? No one really knows, but if you read my books in there, it does come on and give you some light to it. You know what that little circle again is, don't you? You know what that is, don't you? Hey, I'll show you. Now, this one, look, this pin has the two arms of the compass on top. Do you see what I mean? And then sometimes just below, and the squares on top. But again, that's all to do with the different rituals as they raise up through the ranks, but it all denotes anything. And the flower here is a forget-me-not flower for during the war, when the Masons that fell in the war, even though it was a Masonic war anyway. But yeah, that's the funny thing about it, because the people who were actually running the war, all the high-ranking officers were all Freemasons. Do you know what I mean? And they've actually got a battle sign, if you didn't know, a Grand Halen sign that they can use in a battlefield that will stop or that will stop ammunition hitting them, or divert other ammunition to someone else. Do you see what I mean? So they don't shoot each other. That's how dumb, you know what I mean? And you're sending all your people off to war, and these people that, they've got Grand Halen signs in the battlefield, that when they meet another Mason, they don't kill each other. What's that all about? But if you're profane, you've had it. You see that screw there? That's what you've got to pull out of their compass, that screw. Because once you pull that screw out of their compass, they lose their way. Anyway, now here is a little video I made. Now listen to this. Here's the Masonic owl. Remember I said about the Masonic owl in the last video? The Masonic owl, you're going to see it a lot, yeah? I want you to remember the Masonic owl. But can you see the Masonic album here, look, yeah? You see it, look? The Masonic sign, look? That's signage to them. Do you see what I mean? It's all in the architecture. Remember that. Let me play
Freemasonry in your kids' games. There's the square and compass. There's the Masonic owl, and there she is, that girl there. And obviously this girl, she has the Masonic apron. See what I mean? Masonic apron. Plus you got the cross signs when they cross their arms, but I don't know about that one. But there you go. There's the Masonic owl, the Masonic square and compass in that little piece. So there you go. And it's also.
And also, I just want to mention, if you didn't notice, on her T-shirt, she had a skull and bones on there, which demotes to the skull and bones, you know what I mean? But Freemasonry all the way through your kids' games, yeah?
In other places around the game. But that's your Masonic, yes.
So here we go, the Masonic owl again, yeah? That's the Masonic owl. Again, like I said, this is in your kids' games, okay? There she is. Look, there's the see, my mind goes. The square and compass. She's wearing the Masonic apron. She's got the skull there, yeah, which could demote. And there's two ranks on that, if that's what that is, yeah. Which is again, which you've seen before, is the two squares. Do you know what I mean? Two squares together and with the skull above. You know what I mean? It could possibly allude to a Masonic bum. But anyway, she's wearing an apron, the Masonic owl, full of symbolism. I didn't count the stairs or anything like that, but that could be a demote for someone. And also, again, the wingspan of the owl should do something or whatever, but I can't remember. I get so much stuff. But anyway, I don't want to go. Shh. And there it is. Fortnite. Shh. The devil sign. Okay. Right. Again, I don't want to get too much into that. That'll come later. Keep an eye out. This is another sign I want you to remember. Obviously, you've got some veterans here watching this post, and they'll know most of the signs I've already come out with anyway. And nothing's new. But again, shh. How many times can you shush in a game? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, there it is again. Right. Here he is. Look, devil signs again. Yeah. And also, if you notice, it alludes to the square and compass, okay? I think it do. Maybe it doesn't, but it did to me anyway. Maybe I'm seeing too much masonry. But see the devil signs again? You see? Right? This is what they put into your children's heads, yeah? The games, yeah? Shh! They've even got merchandise, look. Shh! See? This is what they do. They pump it all day long in your TV. Again, a different shush. Why? See? All day long. Shh! keep yourself quiet. Shh. Now I want you to remember the eye. People, again, if they're veterans, you know, the eye of Horus. Do you know what I mean? Again, the eye. Again, the eye. Okay. Again, the eye. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Again, the one eye. Yeah. Remember that. Now watch this. This is a do guard. Okay. Now watch it. There it is in your game. See it? Look, it's your children are seeing this. Look, see the do guard. Look, Masonic do guard. You know what I mean? And also, if you notice here, this alludes to, again, a bit of Freemasonry here, I think, but I don't know. You know, like I said, they're so subtle in what their signs. It's just unreal. But see that, look? Do guard, right? Do guard, okay? Very subtle. And this isn't the only time I've seen the do guard used. It's used a few times, but I don't know if I put it in here. Again, the eye. Do you know what I mean? Illuminati, but it's just Freemasonry, you know, and it's in the game. Do you know what I mean? Again, Illuminati, eye in the triangles. You see what I mean? Alluding to it. It alludes to it, you see. But again, the eye. But I don't know, you know what I mean? Like I said, they're so subtle with this stuff, do you know what I mean? But again, symbolism will be their downfall. What I want you to see on this, he's pointed to that, but when he points to here, can you see this on his chest? See that? I'm going to show you what that means in a minute. Remember that, okay? Obviously the veterans watching this knows exactly what that is, okay? But this is in your games, yeah? This is in the Battle Royale. And obviously you got the one eye again, yeah? The one eye is important, remember that, okay? So I've done that Masonic fortnight. Oops, wait a minute. I've shown you a few symbols. I need to just go a little bit further with this, right? I'll go with roadblocks this time, okay? And this is what this sign means, yeah? There you go, right? This is straight off the FBI website, yeah? Federal Bureau of Investigation, look, okay? I ain't going to read it. Search it up yourself. And that sign there, look, okay, little boy lover, okay? And they're all symbolised like this, okay? All right? And I'm going to show you these in the future, okay? But it's either like this or like that. There's other signs as well, but I'm just doing this for today. All right? But I want you to recognise these signs because this is the signs they're using. Obviously, you got, you know, a baby's first guide to Illuminati hand signs. Notice the 666. And then you got the triangle, okay, which alludes to a pyramid, obviously. Okay, but we'll do this slightly. There she is, look. Symbolism will be their downfall. Bette Midler in the loudest... Oh, I don't know what I said below there, but regardless, look at the symbolism in it. Yeah, the circle, yeah? Boy lover. But, you know, who knows? Maybe it is a coincidence. But then when it's on one of my toys... you see what I mean? And that's a toy I took out. You know what I mean? Look at that on my toy. And it also alludes to the sun with the eye, if you get what I mean. Blah, blah. Turn it round the other way. But again, you know, as above, so below. But it's definitely, you know, the boy lover sign on that. Okay. Then we've got no muff too tough. We dive at 5. That's an actual t-shirt you can buy. Can you believe that? And that's what they do. They subtly get this into your children, okay? I'm going to carry on with this. And it gets really weird. Again, Rugrats. Notice the signage. You don't have to remember any. It's, you know, it's there. Do you know what I mean? But look, blood sacrifices, okay? Why would your children want to learn blood sacrifices? Do you know what I mean? And it includes the blood. Do you see what I mean? Like I said, they indoctrinate your children slowly. You know, make a baby. Okay? Swallow the baby to make the baby. Do you know what I mean? So you're pooping it out. The amazing toy that you swallow and then poop out, then you later then make a baby. Be patient, it's growing. What the fuck? Oh, sorry, swear. But again, as above, so below. Are you paying attention? You know, this is not my, look, the rainbow. the rainbow girls, you see. So this would be a Masonic woman maybe. Or more than likely, to be honest, what am I saying, a Masonic woman? This is a Masonic man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. God knows what she's teaching them children. But there you go. Now look, can you see it there? Look. The Masonic eye, yeah? This is in Roblox for your kids, yeah? Why does that have to be in your kids? There it is enlarged, look. The Masonic eye, yeah? In the pyramid, yeah? I want you to remember these. This is in Roblox. Look at the pants. Notice the eye, yeah? Okay. Notice the eye up here as well. And then look at the pants, the Masonic pants. See it? See the Masonic square and compass? And that's supposed to, I presume that's supposed to be an I or a G in there, which they do anyway. Do you know what I mean? Subtle. They do everything subtle. See here? Again, the I. Yeah? But now look. Watch. It's not just the Illuminati eye. See there? Look. Pyramid in the eye. See it? Okay. So this is what they do. You know what I mean? And let me just get rid of that. Well, no, I've done that. Let's go to Roblox, Among Us, yeah? Look, this is a children's game. Shh. Okay? Dead body reported. Shh. Keep quiet about a dead body, eh? Shh. 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 Now, what happened if the imposter's supposed to be a profane person? Maybe. Shh. 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 Shush Mass. Shush Christmas. Advertisements. Do you know what I mean? Shush. Shush is everywhere in your life. See? And it's everywhere. And why is it everywhere? Shh. Because it's teaching and indoctrinating you to keep quiet and silent and shut your mouth. Don't speak out. Be quiet. Shh. Because if you do, you'll be an imposter. Shh. Do you see what I mean? Shh. When I see this and I play this to people and I think, but shush is so much in your life. Do you know what I mean? I just want to go into this, again, look, the eye, yeah? Turn your eye to paedophilia. And these are your stars. And if you know this dude here, well, you know exactly what, that's Masonic, look. See what I mean? Oh yeah, by the way, didn't you see that? The eye. See what I mean? I thought that said Savile. That more than likely does. You never bloody know with these lot. You see that? I just want to show you that he's got it upside down at 666. Do you know what I mean? What is going on with these signs, you see, with the eyelet? See? This is your stars. You know what I mean? The House of Anubis, you know? Jackie Chan. Oh no. Yeah, look. Did you notice that? Look. See the triangle? Eye in the triangle. Illuminati. See, I call it Illuminati, but they're not Illuminati. They're just Freemasons. Do you know what I mean? That's all they are. Freemasons. You know? Shh. See what I mean? Vin Diesel. Shh. With the eye. See, the eye is associated with it. Do you see what I mean? You know? Shh. But don't tell anyone. Shh. Keep quiet. Shh. Keep your mouth shut. You see? Shh. See, as a company, look. Notice the Masonics. Not just the eye and the triangle. The inside the pupil. You know what I mean? Again, there it is. Look. You see that? And that pattern there is a super something whatever to do with Freemasonry, but I can't remember what. My mind's fried. I can't remember. But again, remember what it means. Want to know what that really means? It means a person who's willing to turn a blind eye to paedophilia and child sacrifices in order to advance their career. And that's how they keep people shh, because when they're doing this, they can't come out. Do you know what I mean? Courtney Cox and her child. I can't remember her name. Oh, I can't remember her name. A Twiggy in it, I think. But look, see the little kid, look? See what I mean? These are signs, mate. Yeah, I've seen that one. Just got to buzz through these pretty quick. You see it on his hand, look? The Illuminati there, look? That's a film, that is, but I can't remember what film it is now. There it is, look. I can't remember the bloody film. Can't remember his name. You know what I mean? But look, all these movie stars, you see, they're indoctrinating that into your kids. Do you know what I mean? We'll turn a blind eye to paedophilia. Do you know what I mean? The one-eye symbolism. That's, I think that is actually in Hansel and Gretel. This is the Hansel and Gretel film. When he looks through the eye into the house. See his eye? And then that's in the inside, see? So that's in a film, see? I forget what that is. Sorry. I mean, see what I mean? These are your stars, yeah? Ain't just that, it's the shush. Remember the shush I showed you last time, see? Shh, shh. It's all about shush, turning a blind eye, yeah? Shh. See? Bosh. Shh. Shh. You know what I mean? It's everywhere. Do you see what I mean? Notice it. Why would someone do that? Just what I mean. How we made masks. Why you have a... See what I mean? It's advertisement for Freemasons. We've got... What it basically means is we've got an eye on you, yeah? You'll see cars, if they're stalking you, they'll have one headlight out. And that's the same thing. Do you know what I mean? Or they'll have a different coloured wing mirror. Do you know what I mean? So they can recognise, sign of recognition. We are all animals. Do you know what I mean? Look. But that's for, I think that was for vegans, that was. But again, it's the one eye. Order out of chaos. Do you know what I mean? Look, you can't beat it. Pizza. If you don't know what the pizza sign is, I ain't going to go into it. But you know, pizzas are kids. You know what I mean? But you got to search it up yourself. All right. That was in the square or something. In the circle. That was the woman doing in circle. That was a TV program. Yeah, and she does a Masonic triangle as well. Do you know what I mean? I'll show her later. Here he is. Look, eyes, eyes, shh, shh. And there's his Masonic ring. Do you know what I mean? It's all masonry, all Freemasonry. I can't remember this film now. That was James Wood, not James Wood. I can't remember his name. But that was a film. Again, alluding to a triangle with the eye in the triangle, you see. I can't remember his name. I think he just did a mobile. No, that's did a mobile thing, I think. Anyway, regardless. Oh, that's the end of that. But yeah, eyes, eyes, eyes. It's always eyes, you know. So it's always shush. It's always eyes. Do you know what I mean? Shall I go into the crap Masons yet? No, I'll go into the eyes here first. See? Now, someone sent me this poster for, I can't remember where it come from actually, sorry. But he said, did you notice the eye symbolism in it? Yeah? I said, yeah, I see the eye symbolism in it. But I also see the shush. See the shush there, look? Shh. Shh. You know what I mean? And the 1 foot here is Masonic. You know what I mean? I can't remember what it means, but my head's over it. Well, I think it's Masonic. It's something to do with 1 slipper or 1 foot. Do you know what I mean? Shod in whatever, and I can't remember for the life of me. But again, there's the shush. Shh. You know what I mean? There's the 1 eye. And that's all to do, look, which end child food poverty and all this sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean? But why is the eye and the shush in there? Is that like we've got a watch on you? Shh, keep your mouth shut and let it go on. I don't know. You know what I mean? What do you make of it? And there's the eye in the triangle. That when you get used to that. There's the 33. Look. Get used to that 33 as well. Do you know what I mean? And you're going to see all of these signs. All in your TV. Oh, shh. You know what I mean? Shh. I think that's more of a threat. Keep your mouth shut or you get your eye punched out. Do you know what I mean? Shh. Oh, even Yoda's like now turned into a Mason. You know what I mean? Now that is that is called a Dagaz. There's another sign I want you to watch, yeah? Dagaz. I'll show you what that means soon. Yeah, shh. 1 eye. Kids doing it again. Yeah, 1 eye. Kids. Shh. Shh. 1 eye. 1 eye. 1 eye. 1 eye. Shush. you see what I mean? And the link again, look, if you've never seen this, yeah, this is I forgot his name, Wilf Pine, yeah, one of the family, the Englishman and the mafia, right? Reader, he brought the mafia over here to meet the Krays, yeah, and then find out who Wilf Pine, yeah, was managing, right? And that's bands, yeah. And if Will Pine was like obviously doing music and blah blah blah, when you see these next groups, right, yeah, this sort of stuff, yeah. Now this Will Pine, he's, you know, he went through a lot. He's got books, read his books, boom boom, but he'll connect the dots to what or who runs this country. But shh, keep that quiet, said Yoda. Okay, keep that quiet. Shh. Remember, Wilf Pine. Look him up. In fact, I'll show you him now. Where was he in? Wait a minute. No. Masonic ship and done that. Corrupt Masons will come back to that. Jet skis. Here you go. Look. Watch this, yeah? Look at this. Here we go. Look, he's in for the Masonic shake here. That's, I forgot his name. I can't remember his name. You know him anyway, so it don't really matter. There he is, look, on his little Masonic jet ski, right? Okay. There he is again. Masonic jet ski. What is his bloody name? I can't remember. And here's his, I forgot her name now. Oh, what's her bloody name? I did have her written down. I don't know where my notes are gone. See, but that's her friend. Just put up, I can't remember his name, but see, Masonic jet skis, yeah? Now these are your stars, yeah? What look after you. Now remember, this is music, the music industry, yeah? Okay, they're riding Masonic jet skis, yeah? Not just one particular jet ski, they're, oh, now we've got another dude here. Notice the numbers of the jet ski, 573H, yeah? Now I presumed jet skis would have had different numbers, yeah? I'm going to go back, right? But just trust me. The one he was riding, whoever he is, I can't remember his name, my brain's fried. He's on the same jet ski and another jet ski, and they're on the same numbers, you know what I mean? Watch. Oh yeah, look, notice the jet ski here, look, again, Masonic, yeah, that's his wife, and I can't remember it. Oh, Jeremy Clarkson, yeah, that's Jeremy Clarkson, look, riding a Masonic jet ski, okay, and there's the G there, okay, and there's the G there, and that's his wife, yeah, but again, right, like I said, movie stars, stars on TV, they're all Knights Templars and all that sort of stuff. These are the people, right? There it is again. Look, but the numbers have changed. See, each number on each jet ski is just different, yeah, apart from the ones that these dudes were riding. But I can't remember. Mine's frazzled. I just think it's funny. 573 was that H? I don't know. She's riding a different colour. But let's see the Masonic G on it. Do you see it? Look, G. See, so they go at their own places. Where they the Masonic G on her belly. I can't remember her name neither, but her boyfriend committed suicide. I don't know if that's him or not or what, and I don't know why he did or not. I don't know, but yeah, that's a sad story. But anyway, like I said, it's on helicopters. Look, but they didn't put that album on there. Like whatever, just donate. They refused to put the emblem or the whatever you want to call it, symbol. Yeah, they wouldn't put the symbol on the helicopter unless, and I think that was to do with a fire engine this time. Fire engine. They wouldn't give the fire engine, the station, the money unless they put the symbol on one of their fire engines. So that's their charity. Do you know what I mean? If you know you're not having the money. What you're desperately needing, unless you put our Masonic symbol on your fire truck. Do you know what I mean? Search that up on Google. Oh yeah, and then again, like I said, see, Freemasons are all your stars. Do you know what I mean? And they're the ones that not just run your police courts, and that's just why Savile got away with everything. Do you see what I mean? Not just Savile, all of them. Do you know what I mean? It don't matter who they are. Obviously, some of them got leaked. We've got whistleblowers now. People are learning they ain't got to keep shh no more. People are speaking out. People are saying stuff, and they are getting caught now. But that's what you've got to do as well. Don't keep shh. Get them. Do you know what I mean? Because if you don't, you're just profane. You're hated by these Freemasons. Do you know what I mean? I took that. Let's go to Wilf. Where is it? The eyes. I've done the eye, didn't I? Yeah, baby, I did the eye. Right, done that Barbie. I've done a Barbie, ain't I? I ain't done the Barbie yet. I'll go to the Krupp Masons in a minute. Jet skis are done. Yeah, we've done Roblox, yeah. Douche, douche, douche. Among Us I've done. Okay, we'll take it into this now. This one here, I don't want you laughing too much. I know some of these are funny. Do you know what I mean? But these are like dodgy books and dodgy games for kids. Yeah, this is what they do. They indoctrinate this sort of stuff for your children. The Muffin Muncher. Do you know what I mean? What's that all about? Do you know what I mean? But these are books and games. Run away to spite your father. Do you know what I mean? Again, this is all to do with social services. Remember, this. I'm just trying to learn you at the moment, but this is more about kids. I might have to do a video 3. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I'm getting up to an hour. We'll see how it go anyway. Hopefully I can get this through. You know what I mean? I've still got 2 bits here what I want you to listen to, yeah? And I want you to get the common denominator where these Freemasons are the common denominator, whether you're dealing with the police, the social services, anything, because they got a ring of knights that protect them. Do you know what I mean? And I meant to bring this phone call. I will get it done where you can hear him actually admit he's a Knights Templar on the phone to me, you know. But anyway, run away with spite your father. I mean, what's that about? What's that? You know, what's this here? Do you know what I mean? What is going on with this? Now, let's just keep going through it. You know, but this is what they indoctrinate into your kids on a slow basis. Sexism, you know what I mean? Look at Spider-Man there. You know, oh, horse again, I must have gone backwards. I mean, look at him. I bet he loves a blow job, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean? You couldn't find a better blow up this balloon, eh? Look at the size of that. Then we've got a drunk Barbie or a drunk Belle. Okay, why would your kid want a drunk... Look at the tit that's hanging out. Do you know what I mean? But they indoctrinate these simple toys to you. I mean, have you been to Australia? Look at them kangaroos. They're bang at it. Bang at it. You know what I mean? And then look. Shh. You know what I mean? The kid's shutting him up. What's that all about? Do you see what I'm saying? Shh. Indoctrinate it in slow ways too. In all sorts of ways. I mean, look. He's having a right good old time on that horse. I mean, Masons really like to ride the goat. But we'll get more into that later. That's a hazing game. Oh dear, I don't know what's going on there. Oh, and Spider-Man, you know, I mean, look at that. I mean, how, seriously, remember the people that put all this stuff through are company owners. Do you know what I mean? The company owners are Freemasons, yeah? Do you know what I mean? I don't know what's going on with that one neither. But, you know, Wolverine, look, where you blow him up. And this is how they do it, subtle. Do you know what I mean? Dildo. Willie, do you know what I mean? But they hide the stuff as well. So, you know, I think there was one come out the other week and I can't remember what it was. Cuffs. I mean, what police cuffs are that? You know what I mean? A gagged teddy bear. What's he called? Big Gable Squeeze Popper or something. I don't bloody know. But do you know what I mean? My first tattoo gun. Fisher Price. I mean, come on. Wine o'clock. Do you know what I mean? See, this is get your kids used to drinking, you know, getting tattoos, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Taco Bell destroyed my anus. Now, I don't know if some of these are true or not. They can't be, I swear down. You know what I mean? They can't be. The pocketbook of boners. Do you know what I mean? If these books are true, you know, then these toys, some of these can't be true. I'll just tell you. It just boggles the mind, you know. That morning awkwardness is far better than the night loneliness. Do you know what I mean? What is, you know, the ice cream? We just did it. Bobby's twins get busy. Do you know what I mean? Bobby's twins. So that means like they've just did it. The Bobby twins get busy. So that's sort of promoting like, I don't know what's called, whatever, you know what I mean. And then you got the toy, but look, shh, Monopoly, shh. See, it's in everything. Shh, the eye, yeah. Who's doing it? Lego dots, look, the eye. Okay, remember these symbolisms. This is what it's all about. Nobody likes a cock block. You know what I mean? Polly paints the penis, and the penis is on there. Look, you know, fart bubbles. Do you know what I mean? I mean, look at that elephant. Do you know what I mean? Oh God. A baby has a baby. Do you know what I mean? Disabled people. Who cares about disabled people? You see what I mean? This is what being put into your kids' heads. Do you know what I mean? Because they wouldn't think about it unless you put it in their heads. When the night Dad went to jail, Harpo's horrible secret. I mean, what's he doing there? You know what I mean? You look like that Freemason in the car, in the thing with the what we just see anyway, the back of his head. Do you want to play with my balls? Great. Oh yeah, what an incredible. That was incredible. And then you got another one. Let eat Bernie. It is how he dies. Why would you eat what beat? Where's Willie went? Where's Willie went? Where's Willie went? What's that all about? Oh yeah, I see. But why we need a wall? Why do we need a wall? To protect us from the whole wide world. Crazy stuff this is. I mean, look at that mic. Concert candy, sweet and sour gummies. Get your gums around this. Elephant, oh God. You know, I mean, look at that. What's that? What's she doing? Do you know what I mean? What's he up to? Do you know what I mean? As if these toys come out. Do you know what I mean? I should have used the protection on prom night. What a fucking joke. Here we go. Look. Again, Lego dots, one eye. What's that to do with? What is that symbolism? Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, the old 666. Search all this up yourself for Mike, Mickey Dick. Oh, I don't know what that's supposed to be. He's bigger than me. You can shave the baby. God. Camel toe, you know what I mean, baby? But this is unreal, isn't it? Yeah, Barbie Bamafet. Do you know what I was calling Bamafet? Bamafet. But yeah, Baphomet. Do you know what I mean? Barbie is making Baphomet. You know what I mean? He's getting put up all over the place of the planet, if you notice. But again, you know, killer clowns on cocaine. I mean, you know, look, the son of Judas. Do you know what I mean? What is going on? It's just not. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Oh, he's a happy chap. I bet he liked a blow. But do you know what I mean? Where do they get these toys? Look. Where do they get these toys? More cuffs. Look, I think that's cuffs, a pair of knickers, and God knows what. Where'd they get these toys from? Mary had a little ram. Oh yeah, I bet she got rammed. Games you can play with your pussy. Hair in funny places. You know, I mean, look at that. Sucking on that. Goodbye testicles. That's look. I'd really like to eat a child. Yeah, I bet you would. You know, why is it with this shit as well? You know, I mean, kids and shit. They started bringing out shit and poo toys, haven't they? Girl Scouts, centerfolds. That can't be real, some of this. The loneliest hoe in the world. Oh. But that can't be real. Scouts in bondage. All jazzed up on heroin. This can't be right, some of these, I'll tell you. Invisible dick. I think that is an actual truth. That my first rectal exam. Timmy cops a feel. Do you know what I mean? This can't, you know, baby is born. And real ambiolic fluid as well. Do you know what I mean? I think, yeah, ambiolic fluid. It's actually, it's ambionic fluid. Oh, mate. Why is mummy moaning? God knows why she's moaning. Look at that snake. You know what I mean? E.T.'s finger. Lovely vibrator there, isn't it? I mean, what's going on there? I don't even want to think about it. Masturbation techniques. Okay, you know. Charlie chokes his chicken. Oh, baby. Introduction by Pee Wee Herman. Is that serious or what? Do you know what I mean? A Whitnam tiny tot tale. Charlie chokes his chicken, introduced by Pee Wee Herman. Bloody hell. Susie likes to look at balls. Dick, what do you lick? What the fuck is that? Superman, yeah. They did two versions of this. That was a Superman pillow or something, you know what I mean? Yeah, he did two versions. And the next one they did had his mouth closed. I mean, what is that all about? Oh, that's the last one, I think. Oh, dear. Never mind. But that just goes to show you how they slowly indoctrinate all these signs of symbolism into your children. Do you know what I mean? Among Us, Roblox, jet skis, done that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Masonic Fortnite I've done. Yeah, Masonic Chip and Sonic Army. Oh, we're nearly there, baby. I love it. Now, this is the final of it, and I haven't even got into it. I'm going to do a third part because I'm now coming up to an hour, and I'll try and do that. I hope you're liking this. I mean, I'm not really used to doing all this sort of stuff anyway, really. But anyway, here we go. Crooked Masonic lawyer jailed for fleecing the dead. Do you know what I mean? That's your Freemason there. Now, if they're making good men better, why the hell are they like fleecing the dead? Do you know what I mean? A pillar of society cheated his grieving clients. Do you know what I mean? Unreal. You can go see that. A brilliant site. www.itsme.org.info. Me and my bloody thing, I can't even pronounce it. But I think that's been taken offline, to be honest. I think they shushed that one up. But you can catch the link at, I can't remember the bloody name of the bloody site. But yeah, so anyway, Masonic top cop avoids jail twice despite swindling. A thieving former police chief has escaped jail for a second time, lying to magistrates of his failure to pay compensation to the victim of his fraud, whatever that is. Do you know what I mean? £25,000 from a golf club where he's a company secretary by the look of it. See what I mean? Freemasons ain't honest. You won't see them put anything like this. They want to be looked at as honest citizens. You know what I mean? But they're corrupt through and through. Do you know what I mean? They're not good people. Trust me. You know what I mean? The Masons are Britain's mafia. Do you know what I mean? Now you can look that up. I can't remember the bloody site, or I tell you to go. Gordon Brown's speech on the Illuminati Masons, the New World Order. Go look it up. It's there. Yeah. We are the sheeple going to realise whether it is Cameron, the British Democrats' voting system is a ruse. The BBC have already started the two-party like Brown and Cameron hours after the changeover as an act as a Masonic circus for the placement of that, the fight over the supposedly two different agendas. See, they know here, do you see what I mean? But I can't remember the name of the site, or I'll point you to it. But I'll remember it, I'll get it next time. But oh yeah, Freemasonry Watch. Yeah, Freemasonry Watch. Go to that site. It's got everything on there. It's a beautiful site. You know what I mean? Got everything. Lovely. I'll tell you what Masons are up to. That gets the true fate. Anyway, so there you go. And that's, like I said, it's Brown and Cameron, yeah? Both Freemasons, yeah? Do you know what I mean? They come up all through the ranks, and they're only put there because the Freemasons want them there. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I've always show you the ranks and the whatever, I can't remember, my mind keep going, but yeah. So anyway, yeah, it's Britain's mafia. We're a country run by racketeers, you know what I mean? And the people who are running the rackets are in Masonic lodges. Trust me, I know. They're the richest dynasty in the world, yeah? The pyramidal structure of protection, see? Pyramidal structure of protection, yeah? A self-appointed elite at the top of the pecking order have to avoid the enormous damage done when we are Do you know what I mean? But it's there. Family civil law is the power they use to strip you of your wealth while reinforcing their own Masonic coffers. Do you know what I mean? That's true. You know, you get the fines, you know what I mean? They're fining people left, right and centre because they want to keep you poor. Do you know what I mean? Because they don't want you to have any power. That's why they keep putting fines on you. Fines for this, fines for that. But every Masonic Freemason that's pulled over gives one little twitch of the hand, a little shake, and on you go, my sir. Do you know what I mean? That's what they do. All they do is pull profane people. You know what I mean? Show me people that are in social care, right? That are free, that has Freemason parents. Yeah, obviously there's a few, but the majority are not. And the people that are taking your children into care, the social services, are Freemasons, and they're handing them to Freemason parents. Yeah. And then they're making it as difficult as they can to get you, for you to get them back off the parents what are Freemasons that ain't got children. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? Your children. And you've got to protect them. And the only way you're going to protect them is put the finger on the proper people that are behind it. Don't point to social service, point what's behind it, yeah? And unite. You know, all these people that have got all, you know, I don't care. If I had 1,000 followers now, I'd rather have everyone on board in one group than have everyone split and making new groups, this, that and the other. Do you know what I mean? Anyone want any information off my website, you're quite willing to come along, copy paste it and put it anywhere you want. Do you know what I mean? Anything. I don't care. At the end of the day, the information's the important thing. I don't care about members. You don't have to like my posts or anything. I'd rather you take the time to just share this, what I'm doing now, and that's all I need. Yeah. If you like it, yeah, like it, great. Do you know what I mean? If you want to subscribe. But I'd rather you share my video. Take the time to share. Do you know what I mean? Because this information needs to go out. But they're your mafia, you know what I mean? People are waking up to these people. Bully Boy Masons control ITV, GMTV content. Of course they control the content, do you know what I mean? That's why you don't hear nothing about SRA or Freemasons or anything else, because they run it, same as the BBC. That's why you never heard from Jimmy Savile, anything. It was all shh. You see what I mean? They only put on TV, and they've only got people they want on TV. If you're bucking the boat, shh, you're gone. You're silenced, do you know what I mean? Shh. They won't want to hear this. What I'm saying now, or what I've said, they don't want you knowing this. Shh, they want me shut up. Do you know what I mean? You know? That's what it's all about. Shh. Fred West, Harold Shipman, I can't remember his name, Ian Henley, is it? Hindley? Thomas Hamilton, all had police, blah, blah. They murdered on the grand scale, investigated by police. Didn't rock side to figure out, like, they, blah, blah. But I ain't got the full thing. I should go get it, really. I might do that, but yeah. So, you know, but people are weighing up to this. UK's Masonic police fail to charge criminal brothers. Perverts let off with cautions. Do you know what I mean? It's unreal. Oops, sorry, I got hiccups. But that's the end of that, you know what I mean? Like, that's you know, the corruption is deep, fella. I'm going to have to go into 3. I'm now coming up to an hour, so I'll do a part 3. But part 3 will be the two what they called, like the 2 recordings I've got, yeah, where these families have lost their kids, and the kids are then split up from the mothers or the fathers, because obviously once they get in, they got one side where they bring them in, they say, oh, the father this, father that. If you're with them, then you ain't got, you know what I mean, you ain't having your family back. So they split them up, do you know what I mean? Because the mum want to keep the kids, do you know what I mean? So she'll finish with the husband or the boyfriend, so she'll keep the kids, do you know what I mean? Then they'll look for other ways of, like, manipulating the situation, so she'll then lose the kids, do you see what I mean? Then they're split up. If she's got 3 kids or even 4, they're put around all the different places around the country, do you know what I mean? And they're not together, and I know that for a fact. And also my friend who's had 3 or 4 kids taken off her, you know what I mean, in an underhand way, do you know what I mean? Her kids haven't even seen each other for like 3 years now, I don't think, 3 years. Do you know what I mean? So imagine that, for 3 years, you know what I mean? Them kids didn't even seen each other, or played together as siblings for over 3 years. Do you know what I mean? And when they visit and she gets time with them, yeah, she gets 1 hour a week, yeah, with her children. And when they leave her in after that hour, yeah, she can't even wave goodbye to them, because they tell her not to wave them children off. Can you imagine that? You're not allowed to wave to your own children off. Why? What do you think? Do you know what I mean? You can't even wave your own children off, and they're telling you not to. Do you know what I mean? And another thing they did, right? Because I know, you know, obviously, you know, I do a lot of investigating, but you know, if she shows a picture of her sister to another child, what's there? They're not allowed to do that. Do you know what I mean? She's not allowed to show them pictures. Do you know what I mean? Of her sisters that she's took, that, you know, who is your sister? I've took pictures. She's not allowed to show pictures to the other siblings. Do you know what I mean? Why? Do you see what I mean? Because they want to split you up, and you're going to hear that. That's what they want. You know what I mean? But you show me any poor Freemason on the street, you ain't going to do that. You ain't going to show me any Freemason that's now in this system that's being split up. Do you know what I mean? It don't happen. Trust me. You know what I mean? There's no. Show me a Freemason that's under social services now, anywhere in the UK. I'd like to see it. I really would. Any Freemason step forward that's under social services right at this precise moment, yeah, that's in trouble with the social services, I'd like to see it. Do you know what I mean? Because it ain't happening. Because the social services are run by Freemasons, so they ain't going to do their brother in, are they? And if there's a case of, when it comes to, well, I ain't going to go into that neither. I've got to keep a bit under my hat, if you know what I mean. You know, obviously the Freemasons are the adopters, do you know what I mean? And in adoptions you get a lot of money, do you know what I mean? And like I said, that's where they're getting all their money from, do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what it's all about. Money, 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 money. So you work out anyway, if she's only getting an hour a week, right? Yeah, 1 hour a week, okay? That's 4 hours a month. 4 hours a month. That's a morning. Well, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that's a morning, yeah? Do you know what I mean? She spends one morning a month with her kids. What about the other 29, 30 days? Do you see what I mean? So your kids are taken off you. They're put all around the country with different parents. You can't wave them off when they leave you for that hour, but you're spending a maximum of 4 hours. That's if you can get to see them anyway. You know what I mean? Because then they go, oh, you know, we couldn't get there, we couldn't make the visit, we couldn't this, we couldn't that, and they keep cancelling on you. Do you see what I mean? So time over time, yeah, your kids get desensitised to seeing you, yeah, and they don't miss you any so much. What they then want to do is live with the other parent or the foster parents. Do you see what I mean? So imagine that, 4 hours, yeah, a month. 4 hours she sees her kids a month. Is that right? I mean, how does that stand with anyone? That's crazy. Do you know what I mean? Well, I just found my notes then. Yeah. So you work about it. You know what I mean? There's no empathy or memories of those children playing together, or with their mum. Do you know what I mean? No empathy at all. Can't play with their mum, can't play with their own kids. They're split up. They're with different families and they don't see each other. So you imagine that. Them kids have got no time together at all. Do you know what I mean? And that's not just this, you know, obviously I investigate stuff, you know, and I'm not going to say no names or anything like that. You know, it's a few people, you know, what deal with it. And if you go to my forum on the social services section, you'll find out just exactly what fucking Norfolk's social services like. But, you know, full of corruption, people leaving, people getting sacked. I think within 2 months, 38 people were sacked, do you know what I mean, for fraud and corruption. Do you know what I mean? That's half the workforce. Do you know what I mean? That's the ones that got caught. What about the other half? Do you see what I mean? You know, but yeah, this, you know, you imagine it, you know what I mean? 4 hours a month. So straight away, you know, you work them hours out. That poor woman ain't seeing her children. And that's beside the actual children actually getting to see the mother. Do you see what I mean? Crazy. But you'll see that in my next file. I mean, I'll just come up to an hour. I'm going to try and keep these, yeah, profane, Masonic army, Masonic chipping. We've done that. Yep. Yeah, that's it, man. You know, just remember, don't be profane. Remember what I said, profane. You know, that's what you are. They want you to keep shh, you know. And the biggest thing they want you to do is keep shush, you know. And there it is again, look. Shh. You know, and that's the first thing in that lodge they learn. Keep all secrets from profane people. Shh. Mouth to ear. Word of the wise, you know. Keep silent. But I'm going to get, you know, I'm going to have my next video. I'm going to just keep it purely to what what the social services do. You know what I mean? That's what these videos are about anyway. But the important thing is the shush. Shh. You know, it's not just about shushing up about kids, it's about shushing up corruption beyond belief. Do you know what I mean? You'll hear it, you know, it's unreal. You know, they're going to kick my door in, I suppose, soon, or put a bullet in my head. That's been planned enough, but they want an accident with me, and that's been talked about as well. But, you know, you can't kill someone if you've got people talking about it, can you, really? Because the first thing they're going to do is kick their doors in, there's evidence going to come to light, and then they're going to sit in their cells with their hands on their head, looking at a big stretch. Do you know what I mean? And they're going to talk. And then the co-defendants then turn into co-accused and all that malarkey. Do you know what I mean? And people don't like that. You know what I mean? So they have to weigh that up. You know? Because at the end of the day, it's just, you know, I don't know. It's just, you know what I mean? I can't... Well, anyway, I'm going to end this here. I'm on the hour. Do you know what I mean? I'm tired. It's now 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? And I'll give you some more signs from the Freemasons at another time. You know what I mean? I've had a great time. I thank you all for listening and bearing with me. I'm not very good at this. Obviously, it's my like second, third video, whatever. And I know I get like memory blocks and that, but I'm trying to keep this as simple as I can. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Because these people are just out there shushing you up, you know, and that's what it's all about. Shh. And they'll keep on shushing. Here's your Masonic sheep. Look, there you go. That's your Freemasons. And that's how they come. Whether that's male or female. Do you know what I mean? That's how they come to you. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. Remember, you're profane. You're outside the temple. You know what I mean? They look down on you. If you're a non-Mason, they look down on you. You're fucking nothing to them. Sorry to swear, but you ain't. I promise you. I've shown you. You know what I mean? Go look at the videos. You know what I mean? I'll show you more about the profane. you know, and what they're all up to. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, you've seen the shushing on the telly. Shh. It's all shush. It's indoctrinated into you to keep quiet, silent. They programmed you to do that. Shh. And I've shown you, remember, yeah, I'm just giving you fight backs here, where this woman, where this man here, yeah, I can't remember his name because it's just eluding me, yeah, but it's in my forum. You know what I mean? All of this is in my forum, yeah, but about profane and everything, yeah. Remember, this guy is talking about back in 17s, was it? I can't remember again. My mind. In 1830. So if it was corrupt in 1830, yeah, and this is when William Morgan got killed, yeah, and like he had to send multiple copies because they delete and shush stuff up. What do you think they're doing today? Of course they are. Do you know what I mean? But they rely on you being divided. Do you see what I mean? When there's loads of yellow jackets, you remember that? All the yellow jackets out, how can we get them off the street? Now all they got is think tanks, how to control the population, how to control you and keep control of the power, because that's what they want, and the money, yeah? So how do they get the yellow jackets off? Oh, we'll bring a virus out, you know what I mean? But not only did that, he put out businesses, all them businesses that have gone out of business, the people that have bought it up have been Freemasons. So there's even a bigger divide of the working class. Actually, there ain't no working class now. There's them that own the businesses, and there's us, the profane, who will be working within them businesses. Do you know what I mean? And that's how it all go. Like I said, you look at the stars, you go have a look at the stars and you see like, I don't know, like some of them top models, yeah, or the movie stars, yeah, do you know what I mean? And it's just passed down from person to person to be a star, do you know what I mean? No one knew's becoming, really, are they? They're just all related now, do you know what I mean? Regardless of who it is and what it is. So, I don't know, there you go. Remember, you don't have to be a sheep, okay? You can be a Masonic. Goodbye, see you later. Have a great day. There you go.